Good morning, world. The time is 9:05 on this fine August morning. You are listening to Farm FM, rural radio for those who still fix gates with shoelaces. This morning's news roundup: the local biogas plant has a leak, which the police are investigating. Ducks are trespassing the streets again, and the bakery is now out of rye. Today's weather forecast: 18 degrees with sun, slight breeze coming from the north. Possible showers at around 4 p.m. Now for what you have been waiting for, Farm FM's joke of the month. Why did the farmer get promoted? Because he was outstanding in his field. We really need some new jokes.
Well, we made it, finally. Sat in the International Series 200 and she's making her opinion on these French roads very clear. Suspension's a bit stiff, exhaust louder than memory, but she got me here. For today, that will do. I never met George. I just inherited his farm on a deed and a journal full of notes that didn't always make sense. Cheese production, old tractors, field numbers scribbled like they meant something personal. Feels like I'm stepping into someone else's unfinished sentence. This is my first proper look at the farm, not for a screen, not in a photo, just morning light and a rusted gate that still moves when you ask nicely. There's no sign, no welcome mat, just a latch and a few wild hedges, and someone else's legacy waiting at the top of the path. Yard's bigger than I thought. Machines are on standby. Storage units flanking the shed like they're guarding something worth knowing. Feels like nobody's rushed here in years, and I like that. Cheese factory's quiet. Stainless tanks, washed down floor, barrels stacked like somebody expected work and didn't cancel. Retail front locked. Nothing scheduled, but everything looks ready. Nice bit of storage area. Large grain silo. Silo piping's exposed. Grain room compact, barrels half labelled. Everything hints at function over perfection. Old IBC turned into a water tank. Trailer's aged but balanced. The axle wear says it's worked hard, and it might still. Baler's half shaded, squeezed behind the harvester header and what I think used to be a wheelbarrow frame. Twine chamber looks intact, bearings reluctant but present. It's not showroom ready, but it's still more machine than memory. Forschritt E512, I think. Older model, German lines with enough rust to pass for local. Header's not locked in, but the cutter bar's clean. Someone greased it not long ago. Or was planning to. This setup isn't retired, it's just paused. The newer Deere is clean. I walked around the back to check nothing's hiding. There's plenty, just nothing of it useful straight away. Pallets stacked at angles, planks soft at the edges, plastic tubs crumpled where sunlight got in. This part of the farm's not retired, it's undecided. We've got silage bays, 3 of them. Concrete's cracked at the corners, but the lines are honest. Looks like they were built for ambition, then adjusted for reality. Nothing stored in them yet, which makes the emptiness feel louder. Behind the oak. There it is. John Deere 710. Rust in every direction. Tyres are soft but intact. Battery, not even pretending. Key turns, starter clicks, but that's about as far as she goes. Could be junk. I'll drag it into the shed later on. She doesn't deserve to rot invisible. Back at the yard. Slurry pit's shallow, either hopeful or just between jobs. Manure's dried out, which means no cows or very well behaved ones. Shed's clean. Pipes run tight into the milking units. Some rust, but nothing nervous. The meadow behind the barn slopes down gentle. Might hold moisture in autumn, not ideal for silage. Chicken coop still standing. Sloped roof, split panel. Might fit 6 birds if none of them argue. Workshop's got opinions. Tools half sorted. Bench looks like George walked out mid-repair and never argued with the mess. There's order, just not the kind you'd write down. So far I've counted 2 Deeres, a 4-Schritt harvester, 1 baler, 3 silage bays, 2 pits, and not a single piece that's ready without compromise. It's going to be busy, but it's the kind of busy that makes sense once you get your boots muddy. Okay, so we've got 8 fields to my name. Wheat, barley, canola, grass. No livestock yet, just space pretending to wait. Field 103 is nearest. Wheat, tall enough to call ripe. I think we'll start there. Well, at least the header looks good. Cutter bars straight. Linkage needed a nudge, but it's locked now. The open cab smells like dust and old metal. That's normal. Instruments all reading something. I'll take that as encouragement. Just 1 field to start. Wheat, standard height, enough moisture to keep the blades honest. I'm driving something older than most contracts, powered by faith and diesel. If I can manage to harvest every field, learn what grows well, and where the moisture hides, that's the start. Don't know the rhythms yet. I don't know the mistakes I'm about to make. Field 103 is just ahead. I don't know much about farming, not really, but I know when something feels like it matters, that's enough to start. Alright then, first proper cut. The machine's winning and I've managed not to break anything yet. Well, I didn't even reach the far edge. Hopper's sulking already. Capacity's barely generous enough to call it a snack. Trailer run it is. Let's keep moving before the dust settles. Once the fields run clean, I'll turn my attention to livestock. Cows, maybe chickens. Something that makes sound and requires patience. I want to build the farm in real time. Not just play it, but understand it. One repair, one contract, one learning curve at a time. Okay, first unload. Trailers lined up, barely. Tree gave me a look but let me through. Didn't clip a single stalk. Might be a fluke, might be instinct. I'll take either. Hopper's complaining less now. Trailer's already seen more action than expected. The lines are clean enough, blades holding steady. This soil remembers better days, you can feel it. One field at a time, I'll get there. I still don't know much, but I'm learning where to look. Wheat being dropped off. First full run of anything today. Trailer's not proud of the alignment, but the chute did its job. Grain's dry enough, looks clean. That's one box ticked on a list I haven't even written yet. That'll do for now. Pork strips parked, wheat's in the silo, and I've officially earned a break. Cup of tea. Maybe dig through George's notes again, if I don't fall asleep first. I pulled the battery, replaced half the wiring, tightened what felt loose and ignored what looked judgmental. Fuel lines back on, starter's quieter than I expected. She's got no right to start, but I did ask nicely. Alright then, she's alive. Not graceful, but that's not the brief. Idle's a bit rough. Tyres haven't rotated in seasons, but it's movement. I'll park her outside for now. She's earned it. Well, we're back in the cab. The wheat's ticked off, canola's next. I've warmed the engine up, header's still holding. The field's just across the track. Canola always looks cheerful. Doesn't mean it'll be cooperative. For some reason the second field feels bigger. Might be the incline, might be my fatigue. The trailer's half full. I've made worse progress under better conditions. Alright, that's the last strip done. Header's quiet, the engine's warm, and the field's starting to feel like memory. silo's waiting. It already knows how this ends. Trailers lined up, silos awake, grain is going home. One wheat field harvested, 2 tractors coaxed back into work, no breakdowns, just bruises. Sheds are still standing, silos got grain, my boots have earned their scruff. Tomorrow starts with canola. After that, cows, contracts, and every broken bolt between here and competence. Alright, headers off, trailers locked, field 25's waiting. Feels right to end here. Not at full yield or perfect timing, just somewhere honest. Today ends without resolution, just a note in the dirt that says, I started.